Example 4. Oh, my formatting. How frustrating is this? Okay. Write each expression in standard form of a plus bi. So, well, okay. I have some space between there, so I guess we'll start down here, okay? So a plus bi is the same as just x plus yi, okay? So don't be stressed out if you see different variables. So radical 3, as you can see, okay, I want to make sure. So radical 3 times cosine of 15 pi all divided by 18 plus I sine 15 pi all over 18. Radical 3, 2 power of 1. It's still the power of 1, no big deal. Cosine of 5 pi over 18. This is not the one that you could do by hand or, by memory. So I'm going to punch it in. Ready? Cosine, let me see if I'm in radians. I am in radians. Perfect. Cosine of 5 pi divided by 18. This is giving me a 0.643 plus I. Okay, let me do this square bracket. I times sine of the same thing. So that's going to give me 0.766. So now I will try to distribute your rad 3. So here we go. So this is times radical 3. Since I already have this on my calculator, I will just write this first, 1.327i. So that's that one. I'm going to take my calculator to multiply. So let's see, rad 3 times cosine. Radical 3 times cosine of 5 pi divided by 18. And that gives me 1.113. 1.113. Okay, so that is the form of a plus bi, or you're used to seeing this x plus yi. Either one, it's exactly the same. So we'll highlight this, and that's your final answer. You can box it up if you don't have a highlight handy. Okay, next we have now raised to the power. So really, this is a true test of how do we use De Moivre's theorem. First, we have to put it in polar form. Okay, so let's plot out 1 minus rad 5. So that's going to be in quadrant number 4. Let's find the radius. Radius is square root of x squared plus y squared. X is going to be 1. 1 squared is 1. Y is negative rad 5. Negative rad 5 squared is 5. So this is square root of 6. Let's find theta. Theta is tangent inverse of y divided by x, which is y is going to be negative rad 5 divided by x is 1. I don't have this memorized, so I would definitely have to use a calculator. So let's punch in my trusty calculator. Because this one is originally in rectangular form and you are now converted polar, so try to use degrees, okay? If it starts out in radians, keep it in radians, but because it's not, we're going to use degrees. So tangent inverse of negative radical 5 gives me a negative 65.9 degrees, okay? But you cannot have a negative angle, so keep that in mind, okay? So negative 65.9, okay, degrees. So what do we do with this? Okay, we are going to find an answer. Can you tell me what to do next? How do I get a positive angle for that? Can you tell me what to do from here? I can't use negative angles, so what would you do to get positive angle? Should you add a what? A 360? Sounds like a great idea. Okay, so add 360. So did we end up with 294.1? Okay, so 294.1. So negative 65.9 is the same location in the positive direction. Okay, so we're going to try to use a positive angle. So here we go. So you have this now in the positive angle. Radius is positive. Let's rewrite it. So instead of writing 1 minus rad 5I to the 8th, we're going to keep it in polar. Okay, so rad 6 is our radius. Cosine of 294.1 degrees plus I times sine of 294.1 degrees. So all of this is raised to the power of 8th. We haven't done that yet. So based on De Mor's theorem, we're going to take the radius and we're going to raise it to the power of 8th. Okay, then we are going to multiply 8 to each angle. So 8 times 294.1 degrees plus I times sine of 8 times 294.1 degrees. And I'm going to use my calculator. 294.1 degrees times 8 equals. All right, so this is going to give me some ginormous number. Here we go. Cosine of 2352.8 degrees. Okay, so I'll bring down the radius in just a second. Since I have this on my calculator, I don't want it to go to sleep, so I'm going to copy that down. So rad 6 to the 8th is actually, the radicals are gone. So now that's just going to be 1296. So that's your radius. No, we're not going to keep it in polar. Okay, so we're going to convert it back to a plus bi. Okay, so a plus bi, it has to be, so what is cosine of that huge number? So this just maintains this 1296. Okay, cosine of this huge number is negative 90.975 plus, what is sine of that number? Sine of 2353.8. 2352.8. Okay, and do double check my math. I want to make sure I'm going the right page here. So negative 0.222 if I'm rounding it to 2 decimal places. Okay. Okay, so here we are. This is what we have. So now I have to distribute. Okay, like that. So, oh, I forgot that I. There you go. So let's distribute. 0.222 times times 1296. So 0.222 times 1296. This is giving me a negative 287 point. I'm just gonna round it to 2 decimal places, so that's 0.71i. In the front, negative 0.975 times 1296 is negative 1263 point. Well, this one just gave me 1 decimal place, so perfect. So this is now my final answer in the format of a plus bi. And this is the end of our recording for today.